Welcome to this edition of Liberty Lockdown. This one is called Ready for Sight. Roll the VT. So welcome to this Ready for Sight episode of Liberty Lockdown. We will be having our message on the move a little bit later, but this is the last episode where we will be having door-to-door, head-to-head and our challenge. So without further ado, let's go over to our last episode of door-to-door, head-to-head. So we're here for head-to-head with Ali. Say hello, Ali. So we're back here again with Dave and with Tara. Say hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. Say hi, Tara. Hello. Hello. So we've got just 10 questions this week and it's all about sight. Are you ready to play door-to-door, head-to-head? Yes. Are you ready? Sure. Which animal has the greatest long-distance vision? Is it owls or eagles?
Eagles.
What is the dominant eye colour in the UK? Is it blue or brown?
Blue.
Brown.
Hey, hurry up.
Brown. Blue.
Oh!
Where do most agree that eyeglasses, we use eyeglasses for your sake, where do we most agree that glasses were invented? Italy or China?
China.
Researchers believe that without obstructions at night, a person with healthy but average vision could see a candle flame from as far as 1.6 miles or 2.6 miles.
1.6.
1.6 miles.
True or false? Most species of moles are completely blind.
False. False.
When the image hits the retina, the image is upside down in the eye, what flips the image over so it's the right way up? Is it the optic nerve or is it the brain?
Brain.
Random question for you. What is the main ingredient in Jammy Dodgers? Is it sugar or wheat flour?
Wheat flour.
Where is the world's largest single aperture optical telescope located? Is it in Spain or Nevada?
Nevada.
Nevada.
What method do submarines predominantly use to see enemy ships underwater? Is it sonar or radar?
Sonar.
And last question. What mammal has the widest degree of vision without moving its head? Is it goats or giraffes?
Giraffes.
Goats.
Let's count up the scores! 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 out of 10!
That's 5 out of 10, didn't I?
Let's count up the scores! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ali smashed it, 8 out of 10. They only got 5 out of 10. Ali's our champion! Well, me and Joel are here for the Ready for Sight challenge. Joel has got to make his way around an obstacle course and he can, if he succeeds, win this amazing £20 note. But the thing about this challenge is that Joel has to do the whole thing blindfolded. Not entirely sure what he's doing. So Joel's going to be wearing a set of goggles that we've made specially up, covered in tape so he can't see. But just for extra precaution, we're also going to be wearing a blindfold over the top. So Joel has got to do this all within 5 minutes, anytime he touches any box at all. And yeah, 5 minutes. So Joel has got 5 minutes to do this. Anytime he touches any box, anything, then he has to start again back at the centre. But he has to do it with just my instructions.
I can't touch the toilet roll. I think I lost already.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Joel, how good would you say you are at following instructions?
2.
2 out of 10. Does that mean 1? This might be a long challenge. Okay, Joel's memorised the first bit of it. He thinks he can do it on his own. Oh, that's a lose. Back to the start. He thinks he can memorise it.
Daddy, you do it.
Okay, so this time he's going to listen to me. shuffle right. Oh, he's hit his head. Oh, here we go, from the start. Turn towards my voice again.
Where is it?
To your left-hand side. Oh, it's his foot!
I have to go all the way back
All the way back to the beginning, let's go!
Oh, come on!
Come on. How well are you following instructions at the minute, Joel?
I would say like 3%.
3%. Have faith in your father. Listen, let's go. Mind your bits. Oh!
What did I do?
You just kicked the box. Stop. Side step to your right. No. Oh, that's your left.
I'm
Go
sick of
again.
this
Quick.
game. I'm sick of this game.
He's sick of this game.
Straight through this bit.
You're gonna run straight through this bit again. Fantastic. And now turn. Oh!
No, I'm out.
Right, we've got just about 1 minute left, so we're going to have one more attempt at this, and Joel's going to really listen hard. And see
I'll
if-
try.
Head up, do it forwards. Oh, unlucky. So, me and Joel, we failed our challenge, so Joel doesn't get his £20 note.
That's hard. It's harder than it looks. Like you look like, oh, I can do that blindfolded easy. It's not that easy. Like,
It's not that easy. So Joel said it's too difficult, so now he said, I've got to have a go, so let's see if I can do it.
oh, you ready, Magic? You're the pinky fitter.
I got the 20! Daddy just done the course, first time. And why did I do it first time, Joel?
You listened.
What that shows us, guys, is that we need to listen to our father.
Put flurries on me! Woo!
Yay! And so that brings us on to Message on the Move, and we are the last week into this 5-week series called Ready, and this one is Ready for Sight. And so, as you know, next week sees another loosening of the lockdown situation. We're moving closer to getting back to normal, or closer to what will be a new normal. Because maybe the whole COVID situation has made you see life in a different way. And I think it's opened up everybody's eyes to lots of different issues and possibilities in our world. We are seeing more clearly that we are blind to so many things. The Apostle Paul wrote the words, "For we walk by faith and not by sight." The notion of not living our lives purely by what we can see, through our earthly senses. And the thing is, we trust them so much, yet they're so flawed. You know, here's something you might not know about me. My night vision is awful. It sucks. I've had 3 children, and every single one of them, when they've cried at night, and although Steph done most of the dealing with the babies at night, sometimes she'll kick me out of bed to go and deal with them. And pretty much every time I go into a dark room, clambering around with my hands in the dark looking for a cot and then not being able to find a baby within the cot. My night vision sucks. And after a few minutes of clambering around, Steph will just push me out of the way, walk in and pick the baby up. No troubles. And to top it off, plus I cannot see in bright light either. Even on a cloudy day, I cannot open my eyes fully. Maybe you wonder why I wear shades when I'm filming. It's because if I don't, I look like this. And it really is a problem, particularly when I go to Bury St Edmunds shopping and I go to the Arc shopping centre on a bright sunny day. When I walk out of a shop, because of the light paving, if I don't have my shades, I cannot see a thing. I might as well be walking around with a white stick. I have to rely on her to get around. So in very dark and very light conditions, I am as good as blind. I need someone to help me see what I cannot see. But here's where things change. Twilight. When it's starting to get dark, I can see like an eagle. Even when driving in twilight, I could easily forget to put her headlights on because I can see so well. Whereas Steph is hilarious. She's blind as a bat, she can't see a thing. And she relies on me if I'm in the passenger seat to help navigate, or we pull over and I swap and drive. You see, we all see in different ways. So too with the wider world around us. We see things, situations, people, ideas, absolutely everything in our own unique way. And dare I say it, in an imperfect way. From just one angle. We rely on our own narrow, skewed, flawed way of looking at things. And what we tend to do is surround ourselves with people who see things the same as us. That way we never have to question whether we have it wrong or we see it wrong. And so we can remain blinkered and blind to the full picture. So are you ready for sight? Are you ready to see things as they are? Then I think we need to understand how blind we are. And that we need others to challenge the way we see things, to give a different view, to allow us to navigate the obstacle course of life. So are you ready for sight? And I'm really ready. Then can you be led by someone else that sees something different than you? Open to the fact that they may see something in more detail, at a higher resolution than you do. What if it meant taking directions from a child? Because sometimes even if you are super intelligent, mature and wise, you're an oracle. A child can see something you can't. Just like Joel guiding me in our challenge, because he could see when I couldn't. Are you too proud to see that you are in many situations pretty blind, and that someone else might see things that you can't, even a child? So are you ready for sight? Then we need to acknowledge how blind we are, how blind we can be, and that we need help to see. You know, there's a story recorded by John, Jesus' best mate. He tells a story of when Jesus healed a dude who'd been blind from birth. The story's a bit disgusting really. Jesus spat in dirt and then rubbed it in the dude's eyes and then told him to go and rinse off in the river. Blech. And the Pharisees, the religious lawyers of the day, you know, the professional goody-goodies who were supposed to know the most and see the clearest, went absolutely nuts. Because to them, this dude Jesus should not have done this on the Sabbath. And they showed themselves to be so blind. And then John records this. Jesus then said, I came into the world to bring everything into the clear light of day, making all the distinctions clear, so that those who have never sinned will see, and those who have made a great pretense of seeing will be exposed as blind. You know, he used this opportunity to make a wider point about being blind to the creator of the universe. Jesus said he came to shed light, to make us who could not see clearly. So perhaps in the last few months, you started to see things in a different way. Since COVID, maybe your eyes have been opened up to some things. Perhaps you've never been a church person, but you're now seeing things in a different light. You know, John also recorded these words. Again, Jesus spoke to them saying, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. So are you ready for sight? Then maybe we need to acknowledge how blind we really are. And if we really want to see, perhaps we should choose to walk by faith and not by sight. Well, that is it for this episode of Liberty Lockdown. Just to let you know that sadly we will not be reopening our services on the 5th of July, just due to the guidelines that we're only allowed 30 people in the building and no singing. We're not planning to reopen until they loosen the restrictions. You know, we've planned and done everything we could to do it, but we just can't at the minute, so we are sorry. But Liberty Lockdown will be here next Sunday, but it will look a little bit different than it does at the moment. If you're watching this on Facebook, then please go over to our YouTube channel, subscribe and click on the little notifications bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new video. That was Ready for Sight. See you next Sunday.